talking about how young is too young to get this cosmetic surgery.
Yeah, there's definitely some controversies that we want to start off talking about this. We're with Dr. Jag Air with the Sacramento Surgical Arts. And let's go ahead and pull up a picture real quick on Paul's laptop. This is really what got us talking yesterday. This is out of Newport Beach. A father who's a plastic surgeon who actually operated on his daughter when she was 18, gave her those fake breasts, and then also performed a nose surgery on her and promotes for both of his adopted daughters to get Botox, and performed another surgery on his other daughter when she was only 10, taking her outie belly button and turning it into an innie. As a surgeon, what goes through your head when you're thinking about this?
Well, again, we have to take the article at face value. So taking it at face value, you start wondering how much is the father who has power as a father wielding his own influence on his children, add on top of that he's a surgeon and he's operating on his own children. So it brings into mind safety issues, parenting issues. So there's a whole psychological profile, parenting profile that you have to take into consideration with this specific case.
So would you operate on your own family member?
You know, I mean, routine procedures, what's a routine procedure? If my son gets a cut or something, sure, it's not a big deal. But major surgery, and some of these are major surgeries that have real complications, even hospitals don't allow you to operate on your own family members. So you have to wonder, you know, where is the line? There's no ethical or moral guidelines that rule that type of a situation, but it's your own, I guess, moral code and your own perspective on safety.
And let's talk about another story. This one's coming out of the UK. Paul has a couple other images. This is a mom who purchased for her daughter, the little daughter right there. She's turning 8 next month. She's hoping to give her £120,000 to spend on plastic surgery. What goes through your mind when you think about that?
Well, in this case, we know that it's all self-promotion, but I think this is more of a parenting issue than anything else. She's influencing her daughter at a very young age, and then later in life, these are the children that grow up with body dysmorphic syndrome and other psychological problems. So, you know, how much is self-promotion? How much is it really about parenting? Again, multiple factors and multiple issues, but as a parent, you want to let your children grow up and learn age-appropriate things. So
certainly,
when they're a child, let them play with dolls. If they're girls, if they're boys, I play with Matchbox cars and video games with my boys.
Right, exactly. You're not talking about plastic surgery.
Exactly.
Yeah. Guys, what do you think about this? This is just wild.
I'm crazy about Dr. Jag. The common sense wisdom that's coming out of your mouth is fantastic. And you know what? I also really appreciate how you don't believe what the media tells you. When you begin by saying, well, assuming this story is true, I do that too, despite the fact that I have this job. And you're the father of boys, I'm the father of girls.
Yeah.
And you try to give them healthy messages their whole lives.
Exactly.
Well, and I think there's too much emphasis here on what these kids look like, or what society deems they should look like. You know, you look in the mirror, that's what you should look like, is kind of what I'm giving my kids. Go play with stuff.
Children learn more by what they see rather than what we verbally tell them. So if our actions don't match our words, the children realize that, and they're smarter than we think they are.
Yes, they are.
That is true. And the way you cut right through it, and I go back one last time to this picture, is not about this little girl. You said it's all self-promotion for this mom.
I agree.
Who has a plastic, so she promotes plastic surgery in her business.
And is exploiting her daughter for her own personal gain. That's all opinion, folks, but that's ours. What's yours? Feel free to share yours. Send us an email, morning@fox40.com. Thanks, Dr. Jag and Bethany.
Thank you.
And let's get to Sheldon in the Atlantis Reno Traffic Center and see what's going on a ride to work on a Tuesday.
Oh, not much. So those